Let me ask you something personal. You have diabetes, and you are trying your best. You are watching what you eat. You are being careful. But your blood sugar is still not where you want it to be. And maybe someone told you, eggs are fine. Eggs are healthy. Eat eggs. So you did. You started eating eggs, and you thought you were doing the right thing. But what if the way you are eating eggs is actually making your blood sugar harder to control? Not the egg itself, but the way you are eating it, the time you are eating it, what you are eating it with, and how many you are having. What if one small habit you repeat every single morning is quietly working against you? That is exactly what I want to talk to you about today, because in my experience working with diabetic patients, I have seen something again and again. People are not failing because they don't care. They are not failing because they are lazy. They are failing because of small daily habits they repeat without realizing the damage those habits are doing, and eggs are a perfect example of this. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I am going to show you exactly how to eat eggs in a way that actually helps your blood sugar. I will also show you the common mistakes most diabetic patients make with eggs every single morning without knowing it. And I will share a simple patient story that changed the way I explain this to everyone. This information could make a real difference, so please keep watching. First, let me tell you something important. Eggs are not the enemy. Let me say that again. Eggs are not the enemy. In fact, eggs are one of the best foods a diabetic person can eat. They have almost zero carbohydrates. They are packed with protein. They keep you full for a long time. And they do not spike your blood sugar the way bread or rice or fruit juice does. So why are so many diabetic patients still struggling even when they eat eggs every day? Because the egg alone is only part of the story. Think of your blood sugar like a river. When everything is balanced, the river flows calmly. But when you add the wrong things, the river starts to flood. And when the river floods over and over again, your body gets damaged. Slowly, silently. The egg is a calm stone in that river. It is steady, it is stable. But what you put next to that stone changes everything. And I will explain exactly what I mean very soon. But first, I want you to understand something about your body and diabetes. When you have diabetes, your body has a problem with insulin. Insulin is like a key. It opens the door so that sugar from your food can enter your cells and give you energy. But in diabetes, either your body does not make enough insulin or the key does not work properly, so the sugar stays in your blood instead of going into your cells. That is why your blood sugar goes up after eating. Now, when you eat something with very few carbohydrates, like eggs, your blood sugar does not spike much. That is good. That is exactly what we want. But when you eat eggs the wrong way, with the wrong foods, at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, you cancel out all of that benefit. And sometimes you make things worse. This is what I see happening with my patients every single week, and I want to help you avoid this. Let me tell you about a patient. I will call him Robert. Robert was 58 years old. He had type 2 diabetes for about 6 years. He was doing everything he thought was right. He exercised a little. He cut out sweets. He stopped drinking soda. And every single morning, he ate eggs for breakfast. 2 eggs, scrambled. He thought he was being healthy. But his blood sugar readings in the morning were still high. Sometimes very high. His doctor adjusted his medication. Still high. Robert was frustrated. He told me, "I don't understand. I'm doing everything right." I asked him one question. "What do you eat with your eggs?" He said, "Just toast, white bread toast, and a small glass of orange juice, because orange juice is natural, right? It's healthy." And there it was. Robert was eating a perfect protein source, but he was surrounding it with 2 things that were spiking his blood sugar dramatically every single morning. White bread and fruit juice. He was starting every day with a blood sugar flood, and then wondering why his numbers were not improving. I asked him to make one change, just one. Remove the white toast and the orange juice. Replace them with a small handful of vegetables, cucumber, tomatoes, or a few leaves of spinach on the side. 3 weeks later, Robert came back. His morning blood sugar had dropped significantly. He could not believe it. He said, I changed almost nothing, just what I put next to the egg. That is the power of eating eggs correctly. So let's talk about the mistakes. The real mistakes that diabetic patients make with eggs. The first mistake is eating eggs with high-carb foods. This is exactly what Robert did. Eggs alone are wonderful for blood sugar. But the moment you add white bread, white rice, a flour tortilla, or fruit juice, you have a problem. Those foods are full of fast carbohydrates. They break down into sugar very quickly in your body, and your blood sugar shoots up. The egg cannot protect you from that. The egg is not magic. It is just one piece of the picture. So, what should you eat with your eggs? Vegetables are your best friend. Non-starchy vegetables like spinach, zucchini, cucumber, tomatoes, bell peppers, or mushrooms. These are low in carbohydrates. They are full of fiber. Fiber slows down digestion, and slower digestion means slower, gentler rises in blood sugar. That is what we want. Calm, steady, controlled. The second mistake is eating eggs on an empty stomach with nothing else. Wait, didn't I just say vegetables help? Yes, and I also said that just eating eggs alone is not the best approach. Here is why. When you eat only protein on an empty stomach in the morning, your liver sometimes responds by releasing extra glucose. It is called the dawn phenomenon, and it is something many diabetic patients experience. Your body wakes up, your hormones shift, and your blood sugar can actually rise even without eating a single carbohydrate. Adding a small amount of healthy fat and fiber alongside your eggs helps slow this process down. A few slices of avocado, a handful of nuts, some low-starch vegetables. These help stabilize your blood sugar response in the morning in a way that eggs alone sometimes cannot. So the combination matters, always. The third mistake is frying eggs in the wrong oil. This one surprises many people. When you fry your eggs in vegetable oil, sunflower oil, or margarine, you are adding fats that cause inflammation in your body. And inflammation is a serious problem for diabetic patients. Think of your blood vessels like small pipes. When there is inflammation, those pipes get narrower, blood flow slows down, and that makes it harder for your body to manage blood sugar properly. It also puts pressure on your heart and kidneys, which are already working harder because of diabetes. What should you use instead? Butter in small amounts is fine. Olive oil is excellent. Coconut oil in moderation is another option. Or you can simply boil your eggs. Boiled eggs are actually one of the best options for diabetic patients because there is no added fat at all. Your egg stays clean, simple, easy to digest. The cooking method is part of the equation. Don't overlook it. The fourth mistake is eating too many egg yolks. Now, I want to be careful here because I told you eggs are good, and they are. But there is a nuance. The egg white is pure protein, almost no fat, no cholesterol, very good for blood sugar. The egg yolk contains healthy nutrients, vitamin D, choline, healthy fats, and it also contains cholesterol. Now, dietary cholesterol is not the monster it was once thought to be. For most people, eating 1 or 2 whole eggs a day is completely fine. But for diabetic patients who already have high cholesterol or heart concerns, eating 4 or 5 egg yolks every day is not ideal. It adds extra load on a system that is already working under pressure. A practical approach? Eat 1 or 2 whole eggs, and if you want more, add extra egg whites. You get the protein without the extra yolk cholesterol. This balance works well for most of my diabetic patients. The fifth mistake is eating eggs at the wrong time of day. Most people eat eggs in the morning. That is fine. But I want you to understand something. The timing of your meals matters for blood sugar control. If you wake up and immediately eat a large breakfast with eggs and other foods, your body jumps from sleep mode into digestion mode very quickly. That can sometimes cause a bigger blood sugar response than expected. A better approach is to eat within an hour of waking. Not immediately, not after 3 hours, within 1 hour. This helps your body get into a rhythm. It keeps cortisol levels stable. and it prevents the kind of blood sugar swings that happen when you skip breakfast or delay it too long. Also, do not eat eggs late at night as your main meal. At night, your body's insulin sensitivity is lower. That means the same meal that your body handles well in the morning may cause a bigger blood sugar spike at night. Your body is different in the morning than it is at night. Work with that, not against it. The sixth mistake is adding too much salt or processed toppings. Many people add ketchup to their eggs, or hot sauce with added sugar, or processed cheese slices, or eat their eggs with cured meats like sausage and bacon every single day. Ketchup is loaded with sugar. Many hot sauces and condiments have added sugars or high sodium. Processed meats like sausage, bacon, and ham are high in sodium and preservatives that raise blood pressure and stress the kidneys. And for a diabetic patient, your kidneys are already under strain. They are filtering more sugar than they should. Adding heavy salt and processed meat every morning is like asking an overworked filter to deal with even more pressure. Over time, that damage adds up. Use fresh herbs instead. A little black pepper, fresh garlic, fresh tomatoes. These add flavor without the hidden damage. Now let me give you the simple, clear picture of how to eat eggs correctly if you have diabetes. Eat 1 to 2 whole eggs per day. If you want more, add egg whites. Cook them in butter, olive oil, or boil them. Avoid vegetable oils and margarine. Always eat your eggs with non-starchy vegetables. Spinach, tomatoes, cucumber, bell peppers, mushrooms. These are your allies. Do not eat eggs with white bread, white rice, or fruit juice. These cancel out the benefits. Eat breakfast within 1 hour of waking. Do not skip it. Do not delay it for too long. Avoid processed meats and sugary condiments alongside your eggs. And remember, the egg is not magic by itself. It is the full picture that matters. Let me tell you about another patient. I will call her Margaret. Margaret was 63 years old. She had had diabetes for 9 years. She was on medication. Her numbers were somewhat controlled, but she still had spikes throughout the day that worried her doctor. Margaret told me she had stopped eating eggs. She had read online that eggs were bad for the heart. She was scared, so she switched to cereal for breakfast. Low-fat cereal, the kind the box says is healthy. Her blood sugar got worse. When I explained to her that most cereals, even low-fat ones, are full of fast carbohydrates and added sugar, she was shocked. She said, "But the box says heart healthy." I told her the truth. Food labels are not always honest. And the best breakfast for a diabetic patient is almost never cereal. I asked her to go back to eggs. 2 boiled eggs in the morning, with half an avocado and some sliced tomatoes. No toast, no juice, just that. 4 weeks later, her morning blood sugar numbers were the most stable they had been in 2 years. She cried when she told me. She said, "I gave up on eggs for nothing." Don't give up on eggs. Just eat them correctly. I want to leave you with something important. You are not failing because you are doing nothing. You are here. You are watching this. You are trying. That matters. But sometimes the problem is not effort. The problem is direction. Small habits repeated every day either protect you or damage you, slowly, quietly, without any loud warning. The way you eat your eggs every morning is one of those habits. It sounds small, but it is not small. Over weeks and months, it shapes your blood sugar patterns. It protects your kidneys, your heart, your nerves, or it quietly puts pressure on all of them. You now know the difference. You know what works, and you know what to stop. Start tomorrow morning. Make one change, just one. Swap the toast for vegetables. Swap the juice for water. Boil your eggs instead of frying them in the wrong oil. One change, one morning, and then another, and then another. That is how real improvement happens. Not overnight, not with one perfect meal, but with consistent, small, correct choices repeated every day. Your body wants to heal. Give it the right conditions, and it will. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel better. And now you know how to start.